Ja, ich will nicht lange reden. Ihr müsst sicher nachher alle ganz fest arbeiten vor dem Wochenende. Und dann möchte ich jetzt ganz herzlich den Ivan Engler begrüßen. Ich bin wirklich sehr, sehr glücklich, dass er unser erster Speaker ist zum Thema Magic. Ja, Ivan, viel Vergnügen.
So today I will talk about magic. What is it, magic? How can we experience magic? And how does it change our lives? One magical thing already happened with the Creative Mornings team. Last year I was in LA. I was presenting my latest movie project, which is called The Dark Ages. And it's a science fiction film that requires quite a lot of money to be made right. And my management and my agent told me, well, Ivan, we love what you wrote, but the budget is probably impossible for you to get in a certain good amount of time. Why don't you write something else that can be made cheaper? So I was very, very disappointed because I already spent 3 years and invested a lot of time and energy into the project, and I just hoped that I could go there and get the money and make it. So in this frustration, a friend took me for dinner in Hollywood, and as we drove down Franklin Avenue, I looked out of the car and I saw a really strange house. Actually, it was a castle. And I thought, like, what does a castle do in LA? And I asked my friend, do you know what this house is? And he said, well, that's the Magic Castle. And it's a private society of magicians, and it's highly restricted access only. Only members can go there. And at this moment, I knew this is going to be my new story. So just let's forget about the old story. I'm going to write something about magicians. Because I thought, you know, evil magicians, exclusive private clubs, secret castles and mansions, tricks and illusions, black magic, real magic. That's all things that somehow they reverberated inside of me. So I started to read about magic. I started to learn magic tricks, the presentation of illusions. I tried to learn sleight of hand, which I'm still not really good at. I bought tricks from magic shops. I went into all the online forums to learn how magic is performed. And of course, I started to write the new script. The story is about a mathematician who debunks and uncovers magic illusions. But then one day, he sees a trick he can't explain. With all his knowledge about how illusions work, he's 100% sure this can't be a trick. It must be real magic. But then again, there's no such thing as real magic, or is there? He starts to research. And the deeper he dives into this new world of magic and illusion, the more he becomes convinced that something is profoundly wrong with everything around him. So this is my pitch. But I don't want to reveal much more because this talk here is not about a script. But as I wrote for several months this year without telling anyone, in July I get an email from the Creative Mornings team whether I would be interested to talk about magic. So I already thought, is this just an incident, or is magic really starting to happen? So I'm here now and I want to share with you my insights that I got during my research phase And I have to say at first that my personal interest in magic always went beyond the illusion and the sleight of hand. For me, the term magic has a mystic quality. Being into magic is an attitude for me, a state of mind that implies readiness to seek for the mystery. Trying to grasp at least a vague understanding of the construct we live in and whatever might be beyond. I always ask myself, is not life, or at least our perception of it, just an illusion? Can we ever grasp reality? Looking for the magical implies introspective, I think, as everything on the outside, including the beyond, reverberates inside of us. So the quest to understand magic is not only an outer journey, it is also an inner one. But first things first. Let's start with the concept of illusion. I will try to perform an illusion for you. I want you to look at these 5 magical eyes. Concentrate. Can you see how they look back at you? Above these eyes, 6 cards will appear. Now, each one of you pick one card, just one card. Remember this card. Repeat the card's name in your mind. Repeat it. Memorize it. Okay? Everyone pick the card. I will now try to read your minds. Not easy so early in the morning, but I get a sense of what card you might have picked. So I will make this card disappear. Now let's see if I was right. If you cannot find your card, I have made it disappear. So, was that just an illusion? Or was that already magic? Let me give you another example. Here, an excerpt from a tutorial video by one of my favorite magicians. He's called Jay Sankey, and he's from Canada.
It's really attractive. It should work, even if you, and I say go ahead, randomly choose one. And let's say they choose the circle. I say watch, going, going, go. The circle and the square are now together, proving that opposites attract. I say, look, let's try it again. I'm going to hit them like this. And I say, you know what that does? And they say, I have no idea. And it says, actually, it does nothing, but I do get a big kick out of it. I say, look again. Watch. Going, going. Opposites attract. And again, they can see the impossible happened. Now, here in the studio, if I had someone hold up their hand, I could do this last part in their hand. But for now, we'll do the shot glass. And I say, go ahead. Tell you what, you hold on to one very tightly, okay? I'm going to see if I can make this going, going, and gone. The last one, just like that. They find inside the shot glass. Though, like I said, it could be inside their hand, proving without a doubt that opposites really do attract.
So, was that magic now? Or was that just a very skilled illusion? A perfectly executed performance, a very well done sleight of hand. And if we would call this magic, where did the magic really happen? Did it happen in Jay Sankey's hands? Or did it probably happen somewhere else? So I want to show you another example. There is a contest held for the best illusion every year worldwide. So people can send in their illusions, and their illusions are judged. So here a clip from a winning illusion from last year. So again, I must ask you, where did the illusion happen? Was it maybe only inside our brains? Because these objects are real. The mirror was real. So did our eyes trick us? Did our senses trick us? Can we trust our senses? I will now show you a series of still images. Some of them you have probably already seen. I hope these images work on the beamer at this distance. So there's no movement. It's just still images. Do you see? I hope you see the effect on the video projection. So again, what happened here exactly? And now I ask you, what happens here? When we see something live, unmanipulated by any retouching or visual effects, when we see something on location with our own eyes, is it really real then? Or is this maybe an illusion as well? Do we give it the name magic when we see something but have no rational explanation at all of how that worked? Our eyes are the extension of a complex system of neurons. It is this system that creates the sense in what we see. This system decodes images, classifies emotions, detects movement, recognizes a face. So is what we perceive as reality anything more than an electrical construct, a neurochemical response triggered by photons hitting our retinas? What is real? As I have just shown, the sensation of magic can be experienced with the eyes. However, in this case, magic relies on the obvious deficits of the eyes, the deficits of the senses. This is okay. We are tricked. We know what we see is impossible, that it cannot be. But seeing that it actually happens right in front of our eyes creates a dissonance between the senses. It is this dissonance that creates the experience of pleasure, of joy. But magic, and that's the point of my talk today, can also be experienced with the heart. Experiencing magic with the heart relies, in contrary to experiencing it with the eyes, not on the deficits, but on the abilities to be open to the new, the fascinating, the intriguing, the inexplicable. And to be open specifically to what's already inside of us. Experiencing magic with the heart can be done with our eyes closed. It implies a desire, a hunger to understand, investigate and explore the system behind it all. By not being able to grasp and understand this system, we experience dissonance. And through this sometimes joyful, but sometimes also unpleasant sensation, we start to grasp that at its core, our existence may indeed be true magic. Trying to experience magic with the heart will enable us to experience life with the eyes of a child again, full of wonder and awe, full of curiosity and hunger to embrace it all, to experience it all, taste it all, and love it all. So this will be my closing quote. Thank you for your time. That's it. habe als Zusatzinformation da noch ein paar Links. Wenn sich das jemand möchte aufschreiben, das ist ein Teil von meiner Informationsquelle. Ich kann vor allem das Buch Slides of Mind sehr empfehlen, weil das hat auch wieder weiterführende Links und Informationen drin.
Danke vielmals, Ivan. Danke euch, dass ihr da gewesen sind. Ich habe jetzt noch ein bisschen geübt. Und also es ist eigentlich schon Magic genug, dass wir alle da sind. Aber ich kann euch, es klappt eh nicht. Aber gut, ich habe noch einen kleinen Zaubertrick vorbereitet. Sind ihr bereit? Sind ihr wach? Okay, ich muss schon die Hand wechseln. Nein, es geht nicht. Also, Achtung, fertig, los. Yeah! Und für alle die das auch wollen, ausprobieren, wir haben ein kleines Goodie vorbereitet. Es klebt unter euren Stühlen. Zum Mitnehmen, zum Testen. Wir danken ganz herzlich am Zaubershop Magic Owl, der das zur Verfügung gestellt hat. Und die keinen Stuhl haben oder nichts darunter finden, es hat noch ein paar Hokuspokus am Ausgang. Und jetzt wünsche ich euch allen noch einen wunderschönen Tag. Wir haben noch mal eine kleine Überraschung für euch, wenn sie schon da ist. Green Fairy, thematisch passend, verteilt noch ein bisschen veganes Glasse in verschiedenen Geschmacksrichtungen. Wir hoffen, euch nächsten Monat wieder zu sehen. Meldet euch an für unseren Newsletter und auf Facebook und dann erfahrt ihr, wer unser nächster Speaker ist. Also macht's gut und danke, dass ihr gekommen seid.